Hey lads and lasses, Morten here. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another unboxing. Now this is an unboxing that needs a little bit of explanation. Not least so that the sort of the originator and the reason I'm making this video, I don't think I'm stalking him or something. About 4 months ago, in the middle of warm summer, or at least over where that original video was made, a fellow YouTuber very happily showed us a video where he was unboxing 3 records. And he was very excited about this because these were reissues of records that are hard to get and have been hard to get in many cases from 3 bands that I have never ever heard about or listened to or know anything about. Except, well, I did know sort of the title of one of the bands. In no small part because of the album cover, but more about that in a second. So I was watching this video, and this music that he was showing intrigued me. And then the little voice in my head said, "What if you buy the exact same 3 records?" And then I remember, well, he said something about it was special import and he got them from abroad. And then I thought, well, he's in Canada, so his abroad, unless it's from Japan, is technically more difficult for him than me, right? Because apparently these records, I think he bought them from British sellers. Now, I very quickly found out that these records were available, a little bit of a long delivery time, from imusic.dk/.no when I'm here in Norway, although it's all shipped from Denmark. So I put it in my wish list there, and then I mulled it over for a while, briefly forgot it, and then when I got back to Norway this time, I thought, you know something? I'm going to do this. I am going to buy the exact 3 same records as a fellow YouTuber that I've never heard, from 3 bands that all only released 1 album, far as I know, and who belong to the music genre, broadly speaking, called Psych rock. Something you might have noticed that I've sort of been getting a little bit into over the summer, partly from talking to him and other people on YouTube, like Kran, for example, and Crocodile. And you may remember that I recently got a record from a Danish band that only released 1 album, which were more of a psychedelia hippie band called Steppeulvene, or the Steppenwolf, not the same band. So who is this vinyl community member? Well, it's Chris over at Stylus Meets Vinyl, and so thank you so much, Chris, for this inspiration. I'm now going to look at these records and open them. I haven't opened this yet, and well, talk about your vinyl community inspired purchase, eh? So here are the records from iMusic. When you're in Norway, you punch in imusic.no, not DK. That way you have paid Norwegian VAT and stuff like that, because these are shipped from their warehouse in Denmark. And thus it's kind of like ordering from a record store here in Norway. Now let's see here. So like I said, I don't really know anything about these bands, but his explanation and him talking about what kind of music there was, and me wanting to, I mean, you guys know I have a very eclectic, is that the word, isn't it? Taste in music, but I do sometimes feel I'm sort of spinning around the same general vicinity a lot of the time, and maybe I'm not as good at finding new stuff on my own anymore. The world is as it is as far as finding new stuff goes. I don't know. But getting in touch with a lot of you guys over there in the vinyl community and getting inspiration has been really fun. And I've discovered some really music I never, and yet I still haven't listened to Uriah Heep. So here is the first album I'm going to show. The funny thing is, after I put in my order, I've actually seen these records brand new around record shops here in Oslo. Well, record shop really. So that's kind of typical. So here's the first one: Growers of Mushroom, Leafhound. It's even got a Decca. Look at that. That's really nice. So it says here, Leafhound, Growers of Mushroom, printed on limited edition clear and yellow splatter vinyl. London band, if I remember correctly. That's London in the UK. Remember all those movies you watched? American movies where it says, the caption says, London, England. And you go, yeah, where else is it going to be? Well, it could have been Canada, but or East London in South Africa. I don't think the original London has quite the beachfront, to be honest. Actually, I know it doesn't. Here we go. So, if I understood this right, these are sort of pioneers of hard rock, heavy metal, and not around for a very long time. I think they've had a latter day reunion of sorts, but this was their album. Well, if I now remember correctly, they did actually I think, did they release this earlier, and then it was almost immediately re-released by Decca instead with more songs on it. I read this a couple of times and try to remember it. I might now be talking about one of the other records. Sorry if I am. But we're talking 1970-71 here. It's one of these made in the Czech Republic, so let's hope this record is fine and dandy. Is there anything else in here? No. So there is the back. Freelance Fiend. Sad Road to the Sea. Drown My Life in Fear. Work My Body. Side 2, Stray. With a Minute to Go. Growers of Mushroom. Stagnant Pool. And Sawdust Caesar. So I'm really looking forward to this. Listening to a sort of an extra smattering of hard rock lately, so this will probably do me fine, do me well. So yeah, here's the vinyl. It's almost odd to me to hold up a record with one of these old dark blue Decca, and it's not a Rolling Stones album. Yeah, so there we are. Very nice. Yellow there. I don't know if the splatter comes through that much, but yeah, it is a little bit there. You can see. So the next album, I must say this band intrigues me because there's a modern English band called Drenge or Drenge, which means boys in Danish and older Norwegian. And not sure this English band was aware of this. Now this band is called Morgen, or as we would say in Norway, Morgen, or the Danish would say, or we would say in Denmark, Morgen. Now I know this is the surname of this person, but it means morning in Danish and Norwegian. In Swedish is morgon, but essentially basically the same word there. But I think, yeah, well, it's just a coincidence. There's an American guy with a surname which is Morgen, and probably doesn't have anything to do with Scandinavia. Really, who knows? I think these guys are from Long Island, or were. But then they go and put this on the front cover. Now, this is, of course, a print of Edvard Munch. Yes, it's Munch with a k sound, not Munch. When you hear American tourists walking around Oslo, excuse me, sir, do you know the way to the Munch Museum? So I don't know if there's any food museums in Oslo, but good luck. Yeah, I'm a terrible person. No, of course I don't. But it's Munch, Edvard Munch, and this is the Scream. Of course, this is the most famous Norwegian painting in existence. These prints are, of course, popular, but the main painting, which there are 3 of, by the way, one is at the Munch Museum, the other one is at the National Gallery, and then unfortunately there is one in some sort of private ownership somewhere else. But those are the Scream by Munch. So you're thinking, okay, so this, and I try to read up about this and get some sort of idea about why. Is there a Scandinavian connection about this, or is this entirely just a guy who was not aware that his name means morning in Scandinavian, not least in Norwegian, and then he goes and puts a picture of the Scream by Norwegian painter Edvard Munch on the cover. Weird. So let's open her up and see. That sounds terrible somehow? I don't know. So it says here, Morgen, US heavy Psych masterpiece from 1969. Original gatefold artwork. Oh, cool, yeah. Repro of the elusive poster insert. All right. New color insert with cool photos and liner notes by Mike Stacks from Ugly Things. Audiophile restoration remastering by Ezra Lesser, yeah. Every Psych fan on the planet wants this LP in their collection, said Aaron Milensky from Acid Archives. And there is the back. So I'm basically just following in Chris's footsteps here, but great footsteps they are. Pull this off without getting the hype sticker creased. Yes, I did. I did it. Okay, so there's the gatefold. Morgen. Sorry. Good morning, Morgen. And so what do we have here? We have let's go on. Yeah, alright, so we have this. Which is rather cool, I must say. Although I was I? Yeah, I was holding it upside down. Sorry. They were upside down, but now the words are correct. And as an added bonus, for that one person out there who didn't get one because apparently I got his. Yes, there's 2 of them. And then we have Lots of reading material here. Very similar in the with this and those, like that Stebeulvene record I got a couple of weeks ago. So here I can read up about said band and history. Maybe I will find out the stuff about the Munch and Morgen connection. Lead vocals, rhythm guitar, Steve Morgen. Lead guitar, Murray Schifrin. Rhythm guitar, backing vocals, Barry Stock. Bass, Bobby Rizzo. And drums, Michael Ratty. So, and song titles: Welcome to the Void of Dreams, Begging Your Pardon, Miss Joan, Eternity in Between, Purple, She's the Niete Time, night, I assume nighttime, and Love. And that's on Gerson. This we like, and there's the label for you. There we are. So this is going to be an entirely new experience for me. Very excited about that. One more record to go, and this is a few years later, 6, 7, 8 years later, depending on which one we are looking at. So yeah, this is a relatively clean Rivers. I mean, the Monty Python lover of me just thinks this is an amazing album or band name. Let's see if I can read this. Relatively clean Rivers. Long before the term Cosmic Americana was a common use, there was a band ideally fitting the role. Yeah, it's a little bit hard for me to read in this light, and with these eyes and white on grey, but what cool. I don't remember how Chris described this, but what's this here? Here's a story I hope you've all been waiting to hear. It's about LA skies, tsetse flies, alibis. Hoping we can all get together. The and melt down weapons into sprinklers, tractors, shovels, and hose. Irrigation. You know something? Yeah, so I reading this stuff on the back here, and I'm thinking several of these words and various things will get me in trouble. So if yeah, that'll probably be edited out. Let's see here then. So I think, did he say something about it being sort of rural psych rock somehow? There is nothing else in here. That was heavy indeed. Nice inner sleeve. And, well, so far I guess the most interesting label so far. Well, there we are. So, yes, that was Morten being a copycat, emulating Chris's excellent video. Yes, you did really inspire me to get these exact 3 same records in one order. Unlike you, though, I got all of them from what appeared. Well, it didn't appear that Chris got all his records from the same shop, because they were all individually packaged, and the packaging looked different. All of my 3 came from the same online record store. So I haven't listened to any of this yet, and you can comment and say I made a huge mistake, but it'll be too late, because that's how it works. It's really, I thought this was a really cool thing to do. Maybe it's a completely whack job thing to do. Who knows? Silly Dano-Norwegian sitting up there in the other true north, copying Chris there. But I'm really happy I did this, and I'm looking so forward to listening to some entirely unknown music for me. And so anyway, Chris, thank you for the inspiration. And you guys, if you could, please click like. That helps my channel. And if you want to subscribe, that really makes me happy. And I hope to see you all soon in another video. Bye.